Hi everybody. I'm going to switch things up just a little bit today. I'm going to show you how I do some of my pulp creations, and I hope it will inspire you to do the same. Waste not, want not is what my mom always taught me, so here we go. First off, I take the apple pulp juice, apple pulp, I'm sorry, not juice, and I put it all in my little processor here, and I am a very, very messy person when I cook. My grandmother used to say, a messy cook is a good cook. Okay, I put all that in there, and then I throw in some of my seasonings, and I don't measure anything. I'm not one of those. This is cinnamon. I put quite a bit of cinnamon in the apple stuff, apple pulp, that I will make apple bars with. Then I put some nutmeg going in, just a little bit of that, not too much. And for sweetness, I don't like to add artificial sweeteners. A few dates, a few pitted dates, do wonders for sweetening stuff. I use them in smoothies and all sorts of things. Okay, and then I put the lid on, make sure everything's down tight, and sorry for the noise, but here we go. I add a little bit of water if it acts like it doesn't want to turn, and I'll be back in a few minutes when it's all. Okay, as you could see, it was mixing up pretty well. Always taste yum to be sure you've got enough sweetener or whatever in it, or your spices, if you're not making a sweet bar or bread. And then I just take this, and I take this pulp, and you can see here I have my Deflex sheet on my dehydrator tray, and I just take this and put it all down on the tray. I've never done a cooking type or pulp type video like this, so I hope you can see everything you need to see. But then I just take my hands and I mash it down, and I try to get it in somewhat of a square shape, so because it just makes it easier to cut the bars. But it doesn't have to be perfect. My husband will eat it no matter what shape it's in. He loves all the stuff I make. He especially loves the green bread. He takes that and puts tomatoes, cucumbers, all kinds of things on that, and makes a sandwich out of it before work just about every day. Then I will put this in the dehydrator at about 115 degrees, and I will leave it overnight. And then tomorrow I will flip it over, and I will let it go for another few hours until it's just where I want it to be. And I'll try to remember to come back and make another video of that. But that's what my apple cinnamon bars look like before they go in the dehydrator. Okay, now we're ready to do the carrot cake bars. This is carrot pulp. It's got a little bit of orange in there because I forgot to stop and get my carrot out, but I find that if I leave apple or orange in there, it just gives it more flavor. In this, I put a little bit of allspice, some allspice in there. And like I said, I don't measure anything. I just never have. I just throw it in there. And more cinnamon, lots of cinnamon again. My husband does like the cinnamon. And as usual, I forgot to put the blades in. I do this quite often. My husband thinks it's quite funny. I don't, but he does. And here's a little bit of nutmeg to go in there. And I'm happy to amuse him. And again, I put a few of these pitted dates, just plain old pitted dates. Always squeeze your dates to make sure the pits are out of them. I was making a smoothie one time and kept hearing something really chunky in my smoothie and couldn't figure it out. Apparently, one of the dates still had the pit in it. And I'm going to grind this up real good, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, we are finished processing the carrot cake bars. And I'm going to do them the same way as I did the apple bars. Put them on a Teflon sheet and put them into the dehydrator. I do need to say that there will be some things that you will need to stop your food processor and scrape down the sides of the bowl, especially the apple bars. They take a lot of scraping down. Carrots, not so much. But the apple, especially since I leave the peels on, because, you know, the peels, that's where a lot of the vitamins and such come from. Those, you'll have to stop and scrape down quite often. But it's a process, and to me, it's worth it. It takes a little bit of time, but like I said, it's worth it, especially when I see my husband enjoying the bars so much. And they're great if you're juice fasting and you know, you find yourself just about to be tempted to eat something that's not good. Grab one of these bars. I take them, like, to church dinners and such. Of course, I always make something that we can eat at church dinners that is raw vegan. But these are awesome. My grandkids like them. I also make sometimes fruit roll-ups out of these. You just make it more watery and spread it out very thin. But these are healthy, and the cake bars are going into the dehydrator. I'll be back in a minute to do the green bread. Okay, here we are with the green bread. You'll see I put a few tomatoes in on top. I don't usually do that, but I think I'm going to give him something just a little bit different, a little treat. This has apples, cucumbers, you saw pieces of celery in there, spinach, even has a little ginger in there. And then my husband, he likes things spicy. So I break up a few garlic cloves and throw those in there. And I haven't made much of anything out of this that he doesn't like. And most people would peel their garlic cloves. Sometimes I do. It depends on what it's in. For something like this, it gets ground up so much you don't even realize it. So I put 3 garlic cloves in there to make it spicy for him. And then I add, hold on just a second, I add a little parsley. Not too much, but a little. I'm overdoing it here. And I also add some cilantro. Cilantro is very potent. It gives it a strong Italian scent to it. Then I go over here to my spices. And get him some, he loves hot stuff. So this is red pepper, cayenne. And let's see, I'm looking for, I got to get a little bit more organized with my spices. My spice rack lays down and I need one that stands up. This is oregano. And we'll get some basil. I wish I had some fresh leaves, but I don't right now, so I'll have to use the dried. And some sage. And like I said, I don't measure anything, I just toss it in there. And it seems to work out well. And this is his favorite, chipotle hot pepper. One day I'll brave out and go into the freezer and get the ghost pepper out and cut just a tad bit of it and put it in there. But those things scare me. They're so hot. But I'll be back when I get this ground up. Okay, here we are with the green bread. Let me move this out of the way. And I will take out the blades. Be careful with these blades. They can cut a finger off. If I sound like a mom or a grandma, it's because I am. I'm only going to do half of this about to make the bread. And it's done just like the others. You just mash it out. You might want to mash this just a little bit thinner, spread it a little bit thinner than the other. And when you put this in the dehydrator, you want to do it overnight, and the next day, keep an eye on it because you don't want this to get too hard. You want it to stay soft and pliable, like in the picture that I posted. And this will make about 6 slices of green bread here. Like I said, my husband adores this stuff. And I will put this in the dehydrator. And the other I am going to use. This I'm going to make his green tortillas out of. Man loves those things. I make him a hummus out of it, and sometimes, because he's not doing the totally raw thing with me, he works a lot and he doesn't have almost anything to lose. I mean, he could maybe lose 20 pounds of fat. I don't think so. I think he looks fine. But I spread this out fairly thin. Fairly thin. And then when I get done, when it's all ready, I will cut it into triangles just like the chips at the store. And I posted pictures of those. And they are hot. I said, taste everything. This is one I don't taste because I like a little bit of spice, but some of the things my husband eats would tear my gut up. So this is going into the dehydrator, and it will be made into tortilla chips, green tortilla chips, and you'll see it's quite a bit thinner than what I made the others. And it's going to the dehydrator. Hey everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed my little how-to video. I've never done one of those before, not quite like that. I showed a guy how to make peanut butter because he was kind of being smart to my husband at work, saying that there's no way you can just put peanut butter or peanuts in a processor and come out with peanut butter, so I had to prove him wrong. It is day 11, as I said before. So far I've had 56 ounces of water. I have had a 16-ounce juice. It was orange and carrot. And I've ate 2 oranges today. I don't usually eat anything like that, but I did eat 2 oranges today. I will have a salad later, a green salad. And I'll have another 32 ounces of green juice. I'm just going to tell you, day 11, I have energy. So much more energy, and I'm feeling so good. I'm getting so much done. Things that I've been wanting to do forever. I've even planned a yard sale, so for me that is a big undertaking, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to it. I went 2 nights to different functions. I may go tonight down to the youth center. That's just a couple of blocks down the road. It depends on if it stops raining or not, but I'm living again. If you want to live again, start juicing, start eating those green vegetables, eat fruits, and enjoy life. God bless you all. See you later.